Hello, it's Rom. As the title suggests, I'll explain how to solo the 2 times modifier challenge. More specifically, I'll be breaking down and recreating this run. Uh, that being said, let's get started. Alright, so for the race, we're using Withered, Class Warrior, and lastly for the boons, Fortitude, Thornmail, and Bulk Up. As for the modifiers, Base Tank, Unfair, Unrelenting, Relentless, Towering Forces, Surprise Round, and Slow Start. Okay, let me explain. Using the Withered's Regenerator, we can stall for Slow Start and chip at the enemy's Towering Forces HP with Thornmail. Bulk Up works nicely with Regenerator as well as Surprise Round since you're never going to go first. In addition, it gives you the much needed early hit points in our early game. Hold on, Future ROM here, quickly. The reason as to why this works is because regen allows the damage dealt to be healed when blocking once your HP is low enough or at a certain threshold. Especially with Warrior's absurd passive blocking damage reduction of 55%, and this is without putting anything into Constitution. Whenever you hold guard, you automatically just stall the battle and chip with Thornmail. Now back to past ROM. Fortitude, there's a lot of benefits, but in short, it just allows for our status effect not to cancel out our regenerator. Alright, enough yapping, let's get to the run. Okay, so early game in the forest from 1-8 to around 6 or 7-8, you just need to accomplish 3 things. 1, Beast Pelt Tunic, 2, Scavenge, and 3, a healing item. That's all there is to the forest. Quickly before I explain our goals, stat allocation. Invest everything into Constitution. That's it. Nothing else. Just Constitution. The first of our goal for the forest, the Beast Pelt Tunic. You get this from defeating the powerful stranger. As a warrior, your chances of encountering him at 1-8 should be high. So, don't wait. Just fight him. Now, the fight itself is boring. And once you understand the strategy, it's almost impossible to lose. The reason is Thornmail. Combined with Bulk Up and our Constitution investment, we eventually reach a point where the powerful stranger, he simply can't kill us. We heal more damage than he can deal while he slowly chips away at his own HP through Thornmail. So all we have to do is just sit there and spam guard. You just have to wait, keep waiting, and waiting until he's around 12 HP, then finish him off with cross slashes. After beating the powerful stranger, go ahead and craft the Beast Pelt Tunic. Now, I'm sure most of you already know why we're doing this, but for those of you that don't, it's because the tunic's ability, Beastly Vigor, call on the power of an ancient beast allowing you to regenerate over time. For 3 turns, you'll gain regeneration and fervor, and this ability is the entire reason we're here. The regeneration gives a sustain. Add the regenerator of withered, which is even more sustained. With these two combined, you've practically got yourself a built-in druid. Add that with Thornmail, you'll heal while your enemies just slowly kill themselves. Especially with bosses, instead of trying to out-damage our opponents, we're often able to just outlast them. With that, I've finished the first part of our goal, the Beast Pelt Tunic. If you've also done so, the next part we should focus on is Scavenge and getting a healing item. And honestly, the order doesn't matter here too much. Your goal for scavenging is just to get metal scraps to get yourself an iron gear set, or just like a helmet and uh, boots or pants. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But most importantly is the EXP. As for the healing item, it doesn't matter how you get one, as long as you get at least one. That's all you'll need. If you get one through Scavenge, great. Potion Encounter or Mystic River, that's great too. And if you get them through any of these, that's fine. My point is, get at least one for the upcoming part of the next phase. So we've scavenged, we got a healing item and a Beast Pelt Tunic, let's say. In whatever order, it really doesn't matter. Now, what's the next phase? Well, the mines. Hey, Future Rom here. I just wanted to say this is after the patch that made Thornmail non-lethal. do we need to come to the mines? We'll come back to this question later, but for now, let's look at how to fight these three. Captain Grimly and the two blasters. So for turn 0, I'll explain this turn by turn, okay? Um, so for turn 0, because of surprise round, you will just get hit. There's nothing you can do about it, and that's honestly, that's okay. Now for turn 1, I want you to use guard. This will make Captain Grumbly's stun do a little less damage, as well as the blasters getting a little bit lower with Thornmail. Turn 2, you will get stunned, and that's completely fine. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. Turn 3, I want you to use Beastly Vigor. This will make sure that you heal a little bit more back up, and you sustain the fight a little bit longer. Turn 4, I want you to hold guard again. All we're doing is we're trying to get the dwarves blasters just to lower their HP by themselves just a little bit longer. Now, because of Thornmail, they should be under 18 HP, and turn 5, you should theoretically be able to kill them because you have BC Vigor activated with cross slashes. But if you want to do what I did in the video, you can't just hold guard just to lower them just a little bit longer and kill them with cross slashes. So my point here is just get them below 18 HP and finish them off with cross lashes. You should have a HP potion as well, so you can use that if need be. All we're doing here is we're just waiting for cross slash, finishing them off with it. That's literally all there is. There's nothing complicated about this fight. It's literally the same concept we've been using. It's just we're holding guard until the cross slashes up and then finishing them off with it. And as you'll see, I use Beastly Vigor just to heal myself a little bit more back up for the next fight. That's all there is. This fight isn't too complicated, and you don't need to finish them off with Thornmail. Alright, we're in the mines. Our objective here is pretty simple. Get charms, scale, and that's about it. There are a few encounters you should be looking out for while you're here. First, Dwarven Artifact. Because we've been heavily investing into Constitution, passing the Constitution check should be easy. If you get the encounter, take it for the extra Constitution. Another encounter to look for is the Dwarven Slayer. The Mark of the Slayer charm is a great pickup and gives us the much needed extra damage. And finally, Gemstone Hall. You've already picked up the Beast Pelt Tunic, and if you've picked up the Mark of the Slayer charm with some extra strength from your equipment, this strength check encounter should be a relatively easy way to obtain another Constitution charm. Or if there aren't any encounters you're interested in, or just any of the ones I mentioned, go ahead and just scavenge. Pick up resources, gather material, and craft any equipment upgrades along the way that you can. At this point, it really doesn't matter what you do. What we're just trying to do is just get stronger, or rather just get more HP or get tankier and just scale. As for the mech in the mines, I honestly don't think I need to spend too much time explaining it because it's relatively simple. The strategy is pretty much the same throughout. Hold guard and let Thornmail do its job. Whenever Beastly Vigor comes off cooldown, use it and follow it up with cross slashes. Of course, kill the minion first and then the mech. Then you just have to repeat this process. Guard, heal, cross slash, repeat. The combination of Thornmail, Beastly Vigor, and our Constitution scaling makes this just another boring fight. You're not going to burst down your enemy. You're not trying to burst down your enemy. You're trying to outlast them. Let them hit themselves on Thornmail, sustain through the damage, and slowly wear them down over time. It's not flashy, but it works. It's not like a bajillion damage. You're not like dealing lots of damage, but my point is it works. Lastly, the dungeon. Once you get here, go ahead and use the new class system to become a knight, a rampager, or a grudge settler. Any of them can work. And don't forget to use the soul to craft a weapon. For this run, however, I wanted to recreate the original video as kind of close as possible, so I did choose a knight. Now, the dungeon is actually pretty straightforward. There's only a couple of things you really need to focus on. First, it's gather consumables. Any consumables will do. Healing potions, Drake shish kebabs, goblin steaks, even. It doesn't matter. Whatever you can get your hands on. Second, upgrade your gear whenever possible. You know, the Dragonite gear. I don't think I really have to explain that. You'll naturally just get this. Um, Throughout the entire run, aside from the mines and the powerful stranger, we're not really looking or we're not really trying to force a specific encounter or a build piece. We're simply looking to just squeeze out as much as power as possible before the final fight. So for the dungeon, I'll say look for shops. If there's a charm you want, get it. Um, Most of the time, just scavenge for gear, I guess, for Dragonite chips. Honestly, it's pretty loose. Now, I'll keep it kind of loose. I'm sure I can trust your intuition to make, you know, your own decision here. Finally, the Bone Drake fight. For this fight, you can honestly just trade HP with it, hit for hit. Why? Because we've invested so heavily into Constitution that our healing items become absurdly efficient. A normal healing potion isn't just healing us for a small amount anymore. It's healing us for way more than it normally would. I mean, just look at this. One healing potion restored over 60 HP. Even minor healing potions are healing for around 35 HP. At this point, you're getting so much value out of every consumable that the Bone Drake simply can't keep up. So honestly, you don't even need to overthink it. Just trade damage, heal when you're low, use Beastly Vigor, keep swinging. If you follow the guide and gathered consumables and stocked up on a few healing items, you should be able to just breeze through this fight. The only thing you really have to worry about is the Bane's Lord effect. Whenever the Bane's Lord effect is in effect, just don't heal, you can guard, or, keep swinging. That's literally it. And that's the rerun of how I soloed 2x modifier. But remember when I said, do we need to come to the mines? We'll come back to this question later. Well, now is later, and the answer to that question is absolutely not. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I'll leave a link in the description to the full runs, including the Grudge Settler run. Even though the classes are different, they both follow the same core strategy. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, either of this video or the Grudge Settler video or the runs. You know what I mean. I'm sure either I or someone else who see it will be able to help you answer them. And as always, thank you for all the likes, subs, and support. I really appreciate it. With that said, peace.